What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be breaking down why Meepo has a 54.4% win rate. It is one of the highest win rates in Dota right now, and I think that can definitely change. It could either be for the better or for the worse. We definitely have to see with these upcoming weeks on how the win rates are going to fluctuate. But with the changes to Meepo, Poof being now magical instead of pure, that could definitely be very strong or very weak. I definitely don't know how good it's going to be because now Spell Amp is a lot stronger in the game with items like Shiva and E-Blade. It could make Meepo very strong with this build because Poof honestly wouldn't scale that hard, but it was pure damage, so it was always going to be that little extra ability that Pipe was not going to be able to help you with or any other item in the game. But this is something that could definitely go good, so I definitely want to see Meepo's win rate coming up in the following weeks. But as of right now, that is his current win rate. It's always pretty much up there on the win rates as this hero is insanely strong in the right hands. You definitely need to be a Meepo player to get a lot of value from this hero, otherwise you're probably just going to feed. I'm going to be breaking down some of the matchups Meepo is good up against and some of the matchups he is bad up against, so you guys get an idea of when you should be picking Meepo. Meepo is typically good up against heroes like Anti-Mage, Spectre, Arc Warden, Phantom Lancer. Right now, Arc Warden and Spectre are strong in the meta, and in higher MMR games, Anti-Mage is also being picked quite frequently, but that is pretty much just up there in the lower or mid-tier MMR brackets. Anti-Mage is not being picked practically at all, but heroes like Spectre and Arc Warden are definitely being played across all brackets. Arc Warden is insanely strong right now in the current meta, so if you guys are Arc Warden players, definitely enjoy and get your MMR with that hero. He is definitely really strong right now, and it's very good that Meepo can counter this hero, but Meepo is also bad up against heroes like Leshrac, Elder Titan, Earthshaker, Medusa, Winter Wyvern. He's bad up against these heroes, and primarily Leshrac right now is insane. His win rate is super crazy right now. He has the highest win rate in Dota. His change was, I believe, of 12%, which is absolutely insane. If you're a Leshrac player, you should definitely be playing that hero. You should definitely be spam picking Leshrac, as that hero is absolutely broken right now. His win rate is just absolutely crazy. So if you guys are Leshrac players, I highly recommend you guys go play that hero, as you're going to have a much bigger advantage over other players. But that's definitely not good news for Meepo, and that's one of the reasons why I think his win rate might go down slightly, just because Leshrac is going to be picked quite a bit. Leshrac again is a hero that is mostly being played in high MMR games. That hero typically doesn't get played until like maybe Legend or Ancient is when that hero typically sees the most amount of play, and even Legend lobbies don't see him that often. In 2 to 4k MMR, you definitely might have a good time and not running into too much Leshrac players, as you are going to have a pretty tough time against that hero, and you might have to build items like Mage Slayer, which are definitely very situational on Meepo. You obviously don't want to be building these items every single time, but it's going to be very nice on that type of item, as you're going to have that very nice magic reduction, which is going to help you against a hero like Leshrac. Typically, the build for Meepo definitely fluctuates quite a bit, especially now. You want to go Treads, Diffusal, and then into Shard. Then you definitely want to be picking between Scotty or Aghanim Scepter. It honestly depends. If you feel like you're dying a lot and you need a lot of tank ability or some type of save, then you get your Aghanim Scepter. And if you feel like you're running over the game, you can always get an item like Scotty, which is always going to be nice, or a Swift Blink, which gives you a lot of agility and is an upgrade to Blink, which is a very nice Meepo item for you to be able to lock down heroes and be able to be everywhere around the map and getting kills left, right, and center. You could also go for items like Butterfly and Hex, which have always been nice on Meepo, but are definitely very situational. And then there's the question if Shiva's is going to be a Meepo staple now. With the Spell Amp, it might be really nice with E-Blade as well. So I definitely want to be trying these builds out before I let you guys know, but you guys should be seeing other Meepo players as well, especially Meepo spammers. They're definitely going to be trying these item builds out. I think Shiva's might become quite common on Meepo, but let me know if you guys are a Meepo spammer down below, and if you guys have tried the Shivas, if it is nice with the E-Blade. I think it could definitely work, and it is very good stats for the Meepo. It's going to take him up. It's always going to be very nice items to buy on him. I don't think they might be as staples as, let's say, Scotty or Diffusal or Trends, which are always going to be staples on Meepo, but I definitely think E-Blade and Shiva should be a really nice consideration for situational item builds, and it might just be really fun to try E-Blade Shivas. It might be really nice. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that. But overall, Meepo has always been one of the best climbing heroes in Dota. If you spam this hero and you learn how to play this hero efficiently around the map, you're always going to get a lot of value, and you're always going to be able to catch the enemy team by surprise, as this is a last pick hero. Even if you're a good Meepo player, you should always be last picking Meepo. That way you completely know what the enemy team is looking like, or at least you're going to know what most of their heroes are going to be. So if you get hard countered by one hero, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you definitely don't want to be playing into a lot of hard counters, as it's going to make your life very difficult, and it's just not going to be a good experience playing from behind constantly, as Meepo doesn't do very well while playing from behind. Even though he's one of the fastest farmers in Dota, he can still have a lot of issues in playing from behind. And look to play constantly active. Try and keep one of the Meepos farming always, and always look for team fights and look for pickoffs, as that's going to accelerate your farm even more. That is one of the best ways you can be playing Meepo, is just keep one Meepo active pushing the lanes, and you can also keep one Meepo in the jungle, and you can eventually keep one Meepo looking for fights. If you are good enough at micro, that can be very difficult to hold it down with 3 Meepos and doing so many things at the same time. But if you are a really good Meepo player, you can definitely pull it off, but it is very difficult to do. But typically you always want to keep one Meepo in the jungle. That way, if you get caught off guard, you can always poof your Meepo into safety where nobody is going to reach you. And if they don't have stuns, it's just going to be free, and you can always net the enemy and get away quite quickly, as Meepo does have very nice movement speed and is a very strong hero. And always go for the Mega Meepo. It's such a strong item. It saves you from so many things, and you can also dig with the Mega Meepo. Putting all the Meepos underground is always going to be insanely strong, as it is a very insane reset. It's also a basic dispel, which is always nice. And Meepo likes to build Disperser, which is again another basic dispel. So if they have a lot of abilities that can easily be dispelled, you're going to have 2 dispels going for you. You can go for items like Banta, which is another dispel, but Banta is very nice because the item build is very beneficial for Meepo, as you get the stats, and also you get Yasha, which is going to give you that extra attack speed and movement speed, which is always going to be nice on a hero like Meepo. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about Meepo. If you guys are Meepo spammers, definitely let me know in the comment section below if you guys have been playing E-Blade Shivas, or if you guys are just trying out Shivas on its own. Definitely let me know if it is viable right now from what you guys have played of the new patch. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.